I would like to welcome Roger Holmberg at Ericsson and Mats Areblad, consultant at Saab AB, to please take the floor. They will talk about the SoftSense project, which aims to make sure that the user organization gets hold of the best possible data about any given free and open source software, FOSS, that is to be used in product development. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. So my name is Roger Holmberg. I'm from Ericsson.
Mats Areblad, consultant at Saab, as heard. Yeah.
We were here at the last conference, 2021 in December, and we presented the SoftSense project at that time. We mostly talked about what we wanted to do, and today we are actually going to mostly talk about what we have achieved.
So something about the project target. As we've heard today, and as you all know, we use an increasing amount of open source software, both in the bought software and in our product development as such, both at Saab and in Ericsson, and generally in Sweden and all over. And this comes with risks. We always have risks, and this is maybe another set of risks connected to the open source software. And we have to ensure what we call KPL, koll på läget. We need an understanding on what we actually bring into our companies. All the information that is available, we want to know it, because we want to take decisions based on facts as far as possible. And this is information both on the compliance side, the licenses and so on. It's on the security side, and not the least the reliance of the sources that we use. Roger used to say we need 100% quality metadata. That's why we develop SoftSense. And this counts for the whole process from the first intake of FOSS and over time until the products using the FOSS is terminated. We need to know the status of the FOSS that we use. We need to know any shifts in information about the FOSS that we use. So the project targets the ability to secure use of FOSS in product development.
And of course, when dealing with this, we realized already while we started off that we wanted to focus on security, make sure that we do not miss out on vulnerabilities, malware, anything in that area. But exactly what constitutes security aspects is quite broad. That means that I would argue it's not only the traditional security metadata that are in focus there, but so that is one of the key reasons why we want to collect very, very much information about every single FOSS.
And in reality, the FOSS we use, they are updated frequently. I mean, they're developed under agile paradigm, and security patches has to be delivered swiftly and so on. And we have to respond to that. We have to be aware of those changes.
I don't know what it's like in your situations in your companies or your experience, but over in my company, our developers are really eager to move forward. They want to work in speed. We have 2,000 teams working on one single product, and we change 50% of our code base every single 12 months period of time. You can imagine how many lines of code we are dealing with. And the thing is, if we are going to continue to use open source software in a secure fashion in our company, the analysis, the decision, are we going to use this FOSS, yes or no, has to be really, really fast. How fast can it be? We don't know. We used to have maybe 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks delay in FOSS introduction. Of course, we want to talk about minutes and seconds instead. That's more fun. Okay.
So So what is SoftSense? What does it support in our product development? Let's talk about a software development process in a very rough way. We develop a product, we release a product, and we operate the product over time. And SoftSense is providing support in the 3PP handling support process. The first point I want to point out is the download of the FOSS, bringing the FOSS analysis into the software supply chain. Supply chain automation is a vital part of this. To bring this, the software inside on-prem securely, keeping the integrity of the information, ensuring the integrity of the FOSS that we bring into our companies. The second point is to create a basis for decision, to get the information we need to make a well-prepared decision to use the FOSS. And this is both for the product development and, of course, also an updated information when we deliver the product. And then we're talking about the SBOM, the information we hand over to the customers. The third point is to monitor this FOSS over the time in the operation process for those minutes, hours, years, or whatever, decades that the FOSS is used. To monitor any new vulnerabilities, any changes in the community, for example, the dying community. We want to be aware so we can take the measures. And the fourth point is to find trends and the unknown relationships in the mass of information that we gather over time when we do these FOSS intakes and FOSS analysis. We gather a lot of information. And that information, right treated, we can use for analytics, for AI, for machine learning, and so on, to fetch new knowledge about the FOSS and the FOSS development.
I want to emphasize a little bit on that note that Mats mentioned here. Oops, daisy.
Vad är klockan? Yeah.
I don't know what time it is. So must have pressed a few more. Here we are. So I would like to emphasize a little bit, okay, what is the story with the data lake or the analytics here? So the first point is to really emphasize that we are dealing with two different flows here. One is that we are doing the FOSS introduction, collecting all the metadata about the FOSSes. Imagine you are collecting metadata down to file level as SoftSense is doing. Imagine we have approximately between 1,000, or in average 1,000 files per FOSS. So 1,000 files and 100 metadata per file. That render in a whole lot of data points, and we have in my company approximately 100,000 FOSSes per year. So at the end of the day, we will collect a lot of data, and the funny thing is that we think that there is so much awareness and knowledge available in that data. So we are super eager now to go ahead and do this. We haven't introduced so many yet with SoftSense because SoftSense is brand new technology, but as soon as we have got enough, we will dig into the data and start to learn about how we can use FOSS in a more secure way. Okay.
No, sorry. So the project results, well, we're up and running with a basis for a solution anyway. It's a framework. Collecting and presenting the metadata from several sources as a basis for the 3PP decisions. That's up and running at Saab and Ericsson. The metadata collected is from a variety of aspects, and I mean that's a bit of the point of the framework. Different suppliers are good at different metadata information. They have different views on metadata, and what we can do is to bring all of that together. So high quality and completeness is a word. FOSS metadata is brought into to big data and the data lake, and we can apply data science on that, get that analytics. And we have the generic and independent storage format, which is important for us. We can exchange tools and data sources without changing the backbone of the supply chain.
And as a final note, if not moving too fast here, we have a potential for the future. Actually, we think there is a lot of potential, especially in maybe shaping and forming new metadata, having scorings in a completely new fashion that we have never seen before. And we also, the second note here on the slide is talking about the assessment of the various sources for metadata. And we know a lot about that now that we never could have figured out without this new technology. So SoftSense has been a real success so far, and we are super happy about what we have achieved in the project. Thank you very much.